Welcome to the Tech Piano Player Kid, where you will find piano tutorials, technology demonstrations, audio game demonstrations and more. Thanks for watching. Now, let's start the video.
What is up, everyone? The Tech Piano Player Kid here, and today this is going to be like a 2-video-in-1 premiere, I guess you could call it, because first of all, I want to talk about some a brief update on my channel, what's going to be happening on a live stream. So, going right into it, as you know, well, maybe some of you may know, I use OBS to record to do my streams, Open Broadcaster software. It's for Mac and Windows/PC. And just making it short, basically OBS, you can do a lot of stuff with it. You know, you can create different scenes and stuff like that. You can play them at a certain time when you need them to play. Stream to different platforms like YouTube or Twitch, something like that. And what I'll be doing is, when my stream starts, there'll be a few moments of silence, maybe like 10-15 seconds. Hopefully not too much more, hopefully a little bit less. And then the stream starting soon scene will start, and that's it's about 2 minutes long. Maybe a little bit over 2 minutes, not 3 minutes, but like 2 minutes and 30 seconds, whatever. And then there'll be like another a few seconds of silence while I'm switching scenes and the thing is loading. And then because I think the stream is on a different end and stuff, and it's still going. So yeah, that's what will be happening on that, and then the stream will start. So just bear that in mind, that will happen. So no audio issues. It's just the way it has to be until I figure out how to actually switch between scenes on a timer and stuff like that. Okay. Now, what is it like to be blind? Now, this question I guess you could say, basically was inspired by Chris GTX videos. And by the way, thank you so much for a shout out on your channel go check out his channel, guys. I know I said it before, but go check out his channel. He and it's not because I'm not giving a shout out because he did. I'm giving him one because he makes really great content, and he's helping people making their YouTube channel, like giving people tips on how to make grow their channel and make it more stand out, I guess you could say. Stand out and make it more more look nicer, I guess you could say. So he gives great tips. So go check out his channel, guys. The link is under the About section. Or I'm sorry, under the featured channel section. Okay. And he mentioned that some people have no idea what it's like to be blind. He has a point right there. Some people don't. Some people people know that you're blind. That you're blind. They may see that because of your cane or the way, I guess maybe the way you act. I don't know, but either way, if people know you're blind, they'll know. But at the same time, there may be some people who know you're blind, but they may not know what the experience is like. And sometimes I ask people, have you ever wondered what it's like to be blind? And they go quiet. They're like, I don't know. Or some people ask me, what's it like to be blind? And then it goes my turn to be like, okay, how do I describe this? And then I go, okay, well, the best way you could do it is if you close the curtains in your bedroom. I would do this in your bedroom. Close the curtains in your bedroom or the blinds, and then turn up the lights, close the door, and blindfold yourself. and try walking around your room. But before you do all that, make sure you have stuff picked off the floor so you don't trip. Because you don't want to get hurt. And walk around slowly. Don't, walk too fast. Walk around slowly because it may be a first time experience, and then you'll kind of get the feeling on what it's like. And I'll tell you, not going to be easy because it won't. And yeah, so if you're interested, if you're curious, then do that. Going on. Yes, we do face challenges. Oh, yeah. And it can get pretty crazy sometimes, depending on what the challenge is. It could be as small as, it could be as, getting accessibility stuff. Like materials in accessible format in Braille or in a certain document format. Like if I get an electronic copy of something, I prefer DOCX because a Microsoft document DOCX because the Braille Note Touch Plus can't really do PDF formats unless it's done correctly, and some people don't know how to do it correctly. So yeah, that's why I prefer DOCX, and that's also so I can have put some notes in there if I need to. Technology for the blind. Let's go about that. Pretty expensive, guys. Pretty expensive. I mean, if you want a Braille Note Touch Plus with 32 cells, you're probably looking about $5,500. Give or take a few. An 18 cell is about $49.95, $4,995. And then GPS for the blind is about $700 about. Now, I do have the Braille Note Touch Plus 32 cell and the GPS. Now, you're probably thinking, no, guys, I'm not a millionaire. It's just saving. That's all it is. It's just saving. That's all. Yeah. That's how I got that. I saved it. I saved up my money for it. And I didn't buy them all at once. I didn't do that. So, yeah. But if you can get your hands on one of those devices, you'll be glad you did because those devices really help you, especially if you use a Braille typewriter. But it's called a Brailler actually, the Perkins Brailler. And I have one of those because sometimes you have to use those for other things. So, like if you're doing math, for example, you have to use a Brailler because sometimes the way you have to format stuff is a little different. So yeah. What else should I talk about? Let me see. What's the time? Okay. 8 minutes and 36 seconds. Okay. So now here's the I guess okay. I'm going to jump a little bit here. Jump ahead a little bit. For those of you who are excited, this may shock you for some of you. I have done sports. Yep, I have. I've done track. And I have done goalball. Now, goalball is... Well, okay, let me back up a little bit. track. Let's go back to track. Now, they have the 60-meter dash. They have the, what is it? The 600-meter dash. And I think there's a, I feel like there's another one, but I'm not sure. Anyway. The dash is basically you run down and walk and run back. Like down these lines and stuff. Now, there's different classes. There's a class A, a class B, and a class C. Class A, if you're, I believe is the one you're blind. You have to touch the rope. You have to. And there's a rope you hold on there and you run your hand across it. Now, there's a little trick you have to do. You can't put your hand on it and then run because it's going to rub your hand and it's going to kind of hurt. So you kind of just put your forefinger and thumb around it and just kind of run and, just let your hand like barely touch. Just barely. And they have people standing on the other end to say stop, turn around, go, run back, whatever. Or they say stop, run, depending on which one you're doing. If say the 600, they'll say go, 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 go. And then you run around and then, obviously. And then, so yeah. And there's also little bumps on the ropes, but they'll have people waiting there just to make sure, that you're not going to, that you, in case you miss the bump, they'll stop you. And, And now the 400, no, hang on. There's also another one, the 400, the mile around the track. That's called a tandem. The tandem basically is you have this rope. You have two ways. I think you can go sided guide or the rope. Now, I prefer with the rope because it's just easier. So you have the rope there, and then and then you run with them, and then they'll say, okay, we're coming up to a turn, and stuff like that. Jumps, now, they don't do hurdles for blind people. So, yeah. And then they have the jumps for the blind people. They have a little board there you can ask for them, and you can stand on the board, and then they'll say clear, and then you can jump, and then, yeah. Okay, Class B. Class B is the one where you would, let's go back to the ropes again, with the dashes, the 60-meter dash, and where you hold onto the rope while you're running. I believe B is the one where you can touch it, but you don't have to. You can touch it if you need to. Class C is the one you cannot. If you do, I believe you get disqualified, I believe. So, yeah. Unless it's the other way around. I'm not sure. But it's something like that. I'm probably getting the other way around. I know B is the one where you can touch it if you want to, but I don't know if I get A and C mixed up. But it gives you an idea what there's different classes on that. They have done the shot, what's it called? Shot put, I think. Basically, it's like this big, heavy ball that you can see how far or how high or whatever it goes. I've tried it. It's not hard, but it's just you have to put a lot of oomph into it, and I don't know. I never got the right motion, I guess. So yeah. Okay, we're getting up to 15-minute mark. So let's go jump into goalball. What's goalball? Okay, goalball is like I did.
I did not activate you, Google. Oh my goodness.
Sorry, guys, I had to because Google activated it, and that would be really bad. Okay, anyway, so as I was saying, goal ball is a sport kind of like the closest I can think is called soccer. That's the closest, but with the ball on the ground. The ball cannot leave the ground. Like, you can't pick up the ball and throw it across the court and hit the ground. That's that we call a high ball. So let me go back a little bit. So you have 2 teams on the court. Each team can have up to 6 people, but 3 on each side at a time. So you can have 6, I think it's up to 6 people on a team, I think. But only 3 can be on the court on one side. And then same thing on the other team, 3 on the other side. So it's 3 and 3. So 6 on the court. 3 on each side. And the players throw the ball back and forth to each other. You have to be blindfolded whether you can see or not. And the ball has a bell in it, so you throw the ball back and forth to each other. And the center player, he's basically like he's like the main person. And then the wings or the sides, basically that goes past the center player, the sides can try and catch it, and then they can throw it too. And then they have, and the way you know if you're lined up or not, they have these lines on the ground. Now, some of the goal ball courts are built in, while some of them, they were, built by hand. I prefer the ones that are actually built in because you can feel it better with your feet. With your shoes on, that is. I would never play with just socks on. That would hurt if the ball hit my toe. Ow. Okay. So the balls. Doesn't sound like there's like more than one. That would not make any sense. 2 balls on the court. That would not make sense. So the ball is being, thrown back and forth to each player. And you have, I believe it's 10 seconds to throw. Once the ball, hits you anywhere in the body, it doesn't matter if you touch it. It doesn't matter if it hits your knee. Once it hits you, you have 10 seconds. I believe that's how it works. You have 10 seconds to throw the ball. If you don't throw the ball in time, it is a time, and either it's a penalty, and then they'll say either decline or not, depending on what the judges want to do. I don't know how it works, but it's something like that. Now, sometimes when the ball hits you, it will bounce away. It will hit you and roll away. If 5 seconds have passed, the best way you can do is just push it back towards push it over the line so you don't waste time. Because once you pick up that ball and run back and start to throw it, that's going to be pretty tough. 5 seconds will probably already have passed by then. 10 seconds seems like a lot, but it goes quick. Now, they used to have a penalty where if you throw 3 times in a row, it's a penalty. They don't have that anymore, I don't think. So, yeah. And whoever has the most points wins, pretty much. That's how it is. Alright, guys, so this is it for this video, guys. I'm going to stop here. So if you have any questions after the premiere, you can comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on my post notifications, and I will see you all later in the next video. Take care, God bless you all, and peace. The Tech Piano Player Kid is out.
Remember to subscribe to my channel for more videos. Follow my Twitter, which is linked to my channel. For more questions, email me at thetechpianoplayerkid@gmail.com.